Welcome back to my channel, my beautiful angels. So today I'm going to talk about my absolute best purchases of 2025. Wonder Skin Lip Tint. Okay, so here they are. The other colorway they're going to bring was a tan with gold. And the reason I wanted to show them to you is because I think I really enjoyed these products. I think they were great items to have discovered. Most of them I used over and over and over again, which is why I am sharing them with you. And perhaps you can learn from my mistakes and weed down to what was actually really good. Okay, so what am I going to start with? There's so many good things. I'm going to start with an item which I really enjoyed and discovered probably halfway through the year. And here she is. All right, it's called Goddess. Okay, I will link all of these items below in the description section so you don't have to look for them if they exist. Of course, some of them don't, but for the ones that do, they will be below. So just sit back, relaxez-vous, and let's talk about it. So how did I find out about this? I have a hairstylist that comes to my house weekly now, and the reason I did that is because it is a lot more efficient for me to have my hair done than for me to spend 2 hours aggravated trying to do my own hair. And I am terrible at doing my own hair. So some of you had asked me, Nina, why does your hair look so good? Well, or always styled. And that's because I have somebody come to the house to do my hair once or twice a week now. And I am so happy about that. It's what happens when you learn what's important. My time is really valuable because I have such little time. So if I can outsource my hair to somebody, I'm gonna do it. And in all transparency, I do have some what do you call them? Extensions? Yeah, extensions. However, my extensions are not longer than my own hair. Like I will never do my hair's up here and the hair's down here. To me, that looks, unfortunately, it doesn't look natural. It looks a little, if it's not done right, it can look very cheesy. So I'm actually using extensions only to fill my head with more hair. And why? Well, for many reasons. One, I thought I'd try it. 2, I loved it, fell in love with it. And 3, it holds the style for longer. It's better. And in fact, I have less damage with my hair now because I'm not constantly putting heat and styling and heat and styling and heat and styling. I have to do a lot less of that. So anyway, I will do another full vlog about that or get into it deeper if you guys are interested in finding out where, how, who, what, when, where happened to who. So if you're interested, sound off below before I go on this diatribe of what I did with my hair extensions. And we do take them out every once in a while. So sometimes I have them in, sometimes I don't. But anyway, I'll be happy to chime in on that if you guys are interested. I think it's very valuable information and how to do it right so you don't lose hair. So I'm not gonna lose hair, guys. No way am I gonna be losing hair. So the very first item is the Goddess. Goddess. What do I love about the Goddess? Well, my hairstylist came, used it in my hair, and she said it's very expensive, especially for a hairstylist that has to buy products. Like they use this daily on their clients and it adds up for them. You know, they don't make that much money. So I appreciate the fact that she uses really good high budge quality products. And she said that this is the #1 product that she uses. And I don't know why she hadn't been using it prior to this. I guess she had forgotten about it, but now she is using it and she's like, you have to buy it. So what this does is that it makes your, in fact, she was here this morning and she put it in my hair. It stops the frizz. It gives you a beautiful blowout. I mean, it just was absolutely perfection, perfection, perfection. So if you guys need a good blowout sort of balm, this is it. I have the small size because I like to travel with it. And since she does my hair during the week, she brings her big size and I have this for travel or for when I'm doing my own hair, which I hope will be never. Okay, so that was a hero product. The next product I wanted to share with you that is an absolute hero is this blazer. And I'll explain why. I wanted to show you things that you could have a takeaway from. So this is the item. It's a blazer by Max Mara, okay? And it's, I bought it on the Real, so it's not this season, but the concept is what matters, not the brand. It is a round, collared, no collar, does that make sense? So no lapel, I should say, blazer. And the reason I loved this and bought myself 2 more of these, but slightly different, which I'll show you in other vlogs that have nothing to do with my favorite items from 2025, is that there is so much you can do with a non-lapel blazer that closes that you can't do with a lapelled blazer. And this look was spot on because it was really easy to add a belt with this, and it just created an entire look on top that's chic, and then you could do fun things on the bottom. So usually with a blazer with a lapel, you have to wear something underneath. And then if you're wearing something that is very big and loose, like big pants, then it just can become a little chaotic and there's a lot of layers. And so this is one of my favorite looks for 25. It's going to be my favorite look for 26. And it just so happened that this kind of look came into fashion for 26. You know, sometimes slightly higher collar, sometimes slightly lower collar, but this is a tried and true staple. If I could have worn this more, I would have, but I couldn't wear the same outfit over and over and over again. But I would have liked to have worn this daily because I really enjoyed wearing it, and I love the way this blazer looks with pants. It's easy, it's 2 items, pants, top. You don't have to worry about what you wear underneath it. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys find something similar. In fact, I will find you similar ones to this that I approve of so that you guys can recreate the same look, because I think it is so, so, so good. It's no different than the Cézanne gilet that I bought that I wore in Dubai. We're gonna pop that photo in. It's the same concept where the top is clean and you could wear a belt on the waist, but this has the long sleeve. So it just looks very chic, very edited, and looks great on. All right, so the third item I wanted to share with you that I thought was an absolute hero for the year that I wore over and over again, and just to prove my point, I grabbed the ones that I have and the ones that I bought as extras, is the Wonder Skin Lip Tint. So you put on, it's blue in the beginning, and then, as you can see, it's blue, purple. All of them are this weird dark color. You let it sit while you're doing your makeup, and then you wipe your lips off, and then you've got this beautiful tint of a lip for the entire day. So I do this usually on filming days. I didn't do it today because I was in a hurry, but or on days where I'm going for, you know, a long stretch of time, I'm not going to be home, and I really always forget to reapply lipstick. And the next thing you know, we're taking photos all day, and then I realize, well, no worries, because I had my Wonder Skin on. And I'm going to share my favorite color with you in the description section, or the one that worked best for me. They all pretty much look the same. I know a lot of people are like, get this color versus that color versus this. I don't know what it is, but they're all pretty much in the same family. Maybe it's the technology that doesn't give you a whole lot of variation. But of the ones that almost look the same, the one that I like the most is this one, which I will link below and as soon as I figure out which one this is. And I highly recommend it, highly recommend it. And what you do is, once you remove the blue tint, you have beautiful pink lips, which is the color God intended for you. And as you age, your lips get dark and gray and ugly. So it's helpful to have beautiful, fresh lips. And then you could put a little bit of gloss on it. So I just love, love, love this tint. All right, let's talk about the next item. So the next item, I would be remiss if I didn't share my favorite purchase of 2025. You guys have seen the unboxing of this bag. It was a fantastic moment in Paris with Devin, and he gave me this as a gift. It was a surprise because you get what you get and you don't get upset, and most of the time you get nothing. But the fact that as I was able to get this bag at that moment with the best essay ever, it was the time that we were in Paris for Paris Fashion Week, and we ran into David Beckham at the Hermes store. So those of you who are followers know which bag I'm talking about. Are we ready? This is a forever until I die bag, no question about it. And yes, I feel lucky to have gotten it. I know we can't all go out and get it, but I had to share. Okay, so here we are. It is the Kelly 28 Epsom leather, and you guys have seen her before. She's beautiful, and she works with anything and everything you own. She has, one of the reasons why she's on my list is that she doubled in value the moment I walked out the store. I know it's crazy. It's supply and demand, and believe it or not, there is a huge demand for these bags, which is why the prices go up, which is why the resale market is crazy, and hence why it made my 2025 list. And okay, so I don't need to say much more about that. I think you guys know it's the gold hardware. Now I'm going to talk about something else that I thought was very helpful to me as an influencer slash content creator, rather than an interior designer. So those of you who know me know I'm an interior designer, but I started this vlog because so many people wanted to know about lifestyle, and so this turned into a lifestyle vlog. But something that I have was a game changer for me as a vlogger, lifestyle creator, is this, which was recommended to me by one of my employees who's young and knows what's cool, is this Canon G7X. So this is a fantastic digital camera. Of all the digital cameras that are out there, this is the one. And there was always a long list as to how to get it because they sell out quickly. And I found them for you that are available at the moment if you guys are interested in getting these. I linked the one with the site that has it with the best price, because they can vary in price depending on demand. Again, this is one of those hard to source items, but really great. You can even flip the lens up, or what do you call that? The screen up, so that you could take a selfie, although I didn't really use that option to take selfies. I had my team use it for our photography. As you can see, you know, this really allows you to do selfie. You are also able to film with the GX7. I have taken this camera all over the world, and the pictures that it has taken have been marvelous. So Canon G7X is a definite win for 2025. It comes with, or you buy this little cord, and all you do is you take out the SIM card, you attach this into your iPhone. Once you attach it into your iPhone, every photo that you've taken on your camera automatically loads into your camera roll of your iPhone. I'm sure there is an Android compatible cable as well. And I found that to be great because I would delete it off of the disk here, have it in my phone. Now they live on my phone, on my iCloud, and I'm ready to be extorted. Kidding, there's nothing to extort me with because there's nothing bad on my phone. Guys, if you don't want to get in trouble, just don't do anything bad. That's what I always say. They're like, how do we get out of trouble? Don't do anything bad. Okay. Okay, next item that I could not live without. I am not joking. None of this, by the way, none of this is sponsored, okay? Not sponsored. I truly picked the items that I am obsessed with. I have more items that I'm obsessed with, but I had to limit this video. So this item has also traveled with me all over the world. You can tell by how used the box is. And why is the box used, you may ask? Well, because I like to travel with the box. I throw these in my suitcase because I don't want them to get messed up. I love them so much. And I've got the two favorite kinds that I use, each for a different use. And these are the nude, N-O-O-D, push-up or adhesive bras, I should say. And because I'm not on my serious Red Elevator channel, I can actually talk about these, because usually I'm like, I can't talk about this. It's not appropriate to be an interior designer and talk about this. But on my vlog, guys, I can do whatever I want, which is why I even started the vlog, because there were so many things that I couldn't really talk about as an interior designer, which I can talk about now. So if you are wearing an open back dress and you want a little support and you want it to look very chic, again, remember, this channel is really about being, you don't want your tops to be see-through, etc. Essentially, they stick on, and it's like a bra, but without a back, and you clip it on. So I'll throw photos and videos here. I think that will be a much better representation than what I'm going to be able to show you with my hands. And they do not come off. Multi-use, you can use them over and over and over again. I almost feel like they're too good to be true. The second one from Nude is slightly different. This is if you have a low V and you don't want them to clip together, because then you see the middle. If you have a low V, no back, basically if you're wearing some really weird top, this has got you covered. And it does a lift. So it does a little lifting. And what's important about these that I couldn't talk about on my Instagram stories when I promoted them because I love them so much, is that you don't have to adhere them, you know, from the very bottom. You can start from the middle of your cleavage and pull them up. I'm not going to get too much into it, but do read the instructions because how you put these on is important. And I'm not going to take 10 hours to explain it. Just trust me about nude. It is the best. The best. They go with me even when I don't even know what I'm going to be wearing. I take them with me because what if I buy something that needs this? And every dress needs this for the evenings at some point. Next item is a very good one. When we talk about hair, we want clean products, which I need to have. It has to be paraben free. It has to, I mean, I can't have any toxicity going into my scalp and in my bloodstream because then you'll develop some horrible disease and die. So nothing is worth that. So I am in love with and have been using Roz now for at least a year. And this is the best shampoo and conditioner. I have a set in my shower right now that is almost empty. I'll be using these next to replace those, but I use this consistently. It's called the foundation shampoo and the foundation conditioner. It smells divine. I like a little smell to my shampoo. And the smell is very subtle. It actually won I just noticed, the Allure Best of Beauty product. It's an award-winning product. And it helps with hair growth because that's important to me too. So it's not just a clean shampoo, but it also has all of the ingredients that help your scalp create new hair. So I love, love, love. You cannot go wrong with the Roz system. I like to use the same shampoo and conditioner from the same company. There's a lot of reasons behind that. It's not just because I like to do it, but they're really made to work together. So even if you have a big bottle of conditioner that is full, I would argue that you need to use them in unison to get the full effect. And I have today in my hair, I have this shampoo, this conditioner, I have this Goddess blowout cream, and then I have a finishing hairspray to really keep everything together. Okay, so that I had to share. That is a good one, a very good one. All right, I have, how many items I have? I only have 2 or 3 left that I think are very much worth talking about. So one item that I really obsessed over during 2025, especially over the summer and in the warmer days, were these sandals that I purchased from Amanu. One of them I purchased, one of them I was gifted. And I was gifted after I had purchased a pair of sandals. I was already a super fan. And then this year, I found them in another color and I had to have them. So when something is gorgeous and beautiful that you love, I love, and this is it. So it's again by Amanu. And you must have guessed it by now. It's the sort of, I think they went viral. I don't know, maybe they went viral in my head, but it's the sandals. In fact, I'm gonna ask one of the girls to bring me the other sandals so you guys can see the ones I wore over and over again. Okay, so here they are. The ones that I have in the other colorway they're gonna bring was a tan with gold. And now I got them in black, a different design, but same shoe designer. And what I love about these shoes, outside of the fact that they are so chic, I can't even tell you how great these are and how beautiful they are. We will link them. And I bought them this winter because I know I'm going to be wearing them all summer. And they are so adorable. I am so enamored with them because they work. They just look very expensive. I mean, they're not inexpensive, be honest, but they look even more expensive than they are. Like I would say this is as nice, if not nicer than the Saint Laurent ones or Chanel. I think they're nicer in my opinion, actually, because I don't really love the Chanel sandals. I don't know, they look a little old lady, whereas these look fantastic. So these are the ones that I have. You guys must have seen me wear these on over the summer, perhaps. You slide them on. What I love about them is that they're neutrals. Then this is another pair that I also got. What I love more than the design of the shoes, although I'm obsessed with the design of the shoes, is the fact that these are made by this girl who actually lives near me in West Hollywood, but she grew up in South Africa. She has incredible taste, and she sources these out of Kenya. So these are like ethically sourced. She helps communities learn a trade. And with that trade, she's able to give people employment. So it's an all-around good story. You're helping a community to develop, a skill they might not have had and be able to live. So I couldn't think of a better tribute than to Amanu. And her packaging is impeccable. Her product is really beautiful and impeccable. So that's Amanu. Next thing that I wanted to discuss that I got this as a Christmas present from Devin. And I wanted to show it to you. And the reason it's one of my favorite things of 2025 is that it is a forever item. Like, I will never need another ring again because of the ring that Devin bought me for Christmas. And here it is. You guys can see that. Okay, so this is an eternity band. And it was just perfectly executed, perfectly made from a jeweler that he knows. And the reason it's one of my 2025 favorite things is that I wanted to discuss when you buy an item like this, how you should do it. Now, there's a big debate about lab versus real, and I'm not going to get into that debate right now because that's a long one. But suffice to say that this is real. And the way that we know that it's real is A, we know the jeweler, but two, after we purchased the ring, we got 14, let me show you, 14 GIA certificates. So you want to get the certificate, you want to make sure that what you're getting, and that you have the ability to maybe take it apart one day if you wanted to, turn them into earrings, whatever it is, you need the certificates. And there's an EGL institute as well that is, it doesn't have the same value and authenticity as GIA. GIA, is trusted. It's in fact, if you go to Harry Winston or Cartier or anybody else, they only use GIA as certification. So once you have that, your diamond is good. So there are 14 diamonds, as I mentioned, and I got the radiant cut, which means that the edges are slightly clipped and they are more of a rectangle? Yeah. Anyway, they sparkle. There's 14 single stones and the cut is radiant. Last, but certainly not least item that I loved throughout 2025 and used daily were my hourglass brushes. Yes, daily. I have tried so many brushes, again, not sponsored, and I just love hourglass. So there are 3 or 4 of them that I use consistently. I will share them with you. One of them is the foundation brush. It just goes on smoothly. The eyeshadow one. Now, some of these are multi-purpose. So if I'm saying eyeshadow, it could be for other uses as well. So I will share my favorite hourglass brushes because it makes the application of your makeup flawless, literally flawless. It goes on smoothly. It just makes the difference between a professional job and a semi-amateur makeup job. So if you guys aren't good with makeup or you want it to look very, very professional, I highly recommend that you get the hourglass. It's one of my absolute favorites. And then I thought I was done, and then I saw my lip liners. So I told you guys I was gonna buy several of them, and I did. They're all the same color, they're all the same lip liner, and they are perfection. Like, I've already used all the ones I had. They're like half shaven. They're just shaved down so far that I had to buy new ones. And I hate not having one in my purse and one on my chair and one on my vanity area. I just like to have them. I like to stumble upon one when I'm running out the door. So these are my absolute favorite lip liners. And this specific color is the one that I absolutely love. It just works really as a neutral. It's a great neutral. And I recommend these. Again, they are by LA Girl. So that is a wrap. I forgot I forgot another one. Gosh, there were so many, a lot more than I thought. The sweater I am wearing, the reason I wore it on this episode is because I wore this sweater more than any other sweater I own. and it is divine. It's cashmere, and it's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's soft. It's not pilling at all. You guys can see, and I will link these. They come in several colors, and I find them to be just the perfect cashmere sweater. The price point is also great. So it's an all-around, for cashmere, it's an all-around win-win. So outside of all of the material goods, which I talked about, so there's something more important than all of this combined, because none of this stuff we can take with ourselves. And part of the reason, we do some of these vlogs is because we want to share what works. And if you're going to be buying anything, why not listen to or learn from or get advice from the people that you trust, that you like, so that you don't have to do all the research. Or I'm always interested in how other people live and what other people purchase. It's just something that we're interested in as the human species. I don't know why. It's part of our DNA. So this is why we do what we do. But outside of all these material things, honestly, what is really, truly important is how you live your life and how you share your life and what footprint you leave behind. A lot of you might not know, I am a board member of an organization called HOW, Habits of Waste, and we are actively trying to do little things to make a difference. And by that, it's, for example, if we're going to buy sandals, why not buy them from Amanu? If we are going to use products, make sure that they're clean, make sure that the companies that we work with have a conscience, make sure that they don't leave a negative, toxic footprint behind with the way that they manufacture their product. It's also important to think about vintage pieces where you can rewear things. That's why a lot of the items that I buy, you guys know, are from The Real. And when you buy from The Real, it's a lot of influencers and content creators don't do that because they want you to be able to purchase the item. And it's a little bit frustrating, and I apologize if I show you something that you can't purchase. I get that. But in a way, buying from, The Real or buying from an estate sale and buying from those places allows that item to be repurposed. And if you guys really love the look, we can find you something that's similar that's out there, or maybe you can try and scour The Real or eBay or other resale items for items that are similar. I think that is a great way to go in order to be able to give things life rather than landfill. So anyhow, I've gone off on a tangent, but I wanted to let you guys know that I'm really appreciative, happy, and grateful to have you as part of our community. I feel like every time I read the comments that we are growing and finding more people like ourselves where we can be of help to one another, we can be positive, we can show each other how important it is to radiate positive energy, because the more energy that's positive that you give out, the more comes right back at you. That's not why we're doing it, but that's how we operate. That's how I operate. One of the reasons I didn't even want to do things I didn't like of 2025, to be quite honest, is I don't like to give out negative energy. Honestly, I don't like to do that. And if something didn't work out, then I don't even want to dwell on it. I don't want to talk bad about any single person or company ever. It's just not my thing. So anyhow, we like to focus on the positive, as you guys do. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the finds of 2025 and found them useful. If any of these were things you knew of, let me know. Or if you're going to try some of this stuff, let me know. And give me some topics of interest to you. What else can I do? Do you guys love it when I'm, at home and talking to you? Or would you rather I was out and about? Whatever that may be, I love to hear from you. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Talk to you soon. Ciao.